We're very excited to welcome Paralympian Rod Crane to the show. He is a 3-time world silver medalist in para ice hockey. Welcome, Rod.
Thank you for having me.
To start, can you tell us about yourself and your journey to this point?
Yes, of course. I'm 31 years old. I had a spinal cord injury when I was 18. Started playing para ice hockey 4 years later, and now I represent my country at the highest stage.
Wow, that's an impressive progression.
Thank you.
So how did you get back into recreation those 4 years between your injury and when you first played para ice hockey?
There was a lot of help from local organizing committees for sure. I was introduced to para ice hockey when I was in a rehab setting. I tried it with a bunch of my friends in a gymnasium and knew that was something that I wanted to try and wanted to get into. And then I had to go to post-secondary school and do all that kind of stuff before I could really dive into the sport.
So how did you go from trying it in the gym to being on the ice the first time?
I reached out to my caseworker, Heather Hollinshead. She's kind of the mastermind behind my whole journey through recreation. She reached out to a friend of hers who runs the Elmvale Bears, the local sledge hockey team there. So she introduced us both, and now I'm the 5th Paralympian out of that program.
That's amazing. Wow, credit to that program. I mean, tell the hard work of everybody playing on the team, but that's an impressive track record.
Yeah, it's a little quiet community, but they can play.
So what did it mean to you when you found that club to join?
It was an incredible thing. For years I couldn't explain it, but it really just gave me a sense of normality again. I grew up playing hockey. Hockey was my life up until my injury. So be able to rediscover it in a different way, but still, it's basically still the same game. So the passion was still there, the love was still there, the competitiveness was still there. So be able to get back into it just really gave me a sense of normality at a time when I wasn't sure I'd ever see that again.
And what does it mean to you now?
It means a lot to me now. It's something I'm very proud of. Just to be able to represent my country at a high level on the world stage. It's hard to put into words, but it's a very large sense of pride for me, my family, and my friends.
Yeah, for sure. Well, maybe you can take us through that. What was it like? I certainly have never experienced that. I would imagine many people watching haven't. What does it feel like when you're representing your country?
It's you got to deal with some nerves for sure, but once you get settled in, you know you have the support of your people who are close to you, as well as all other Canadians who are watching, right? So regardless of the outcome, just the effort put forward, you have the support of a whole country, which is really something special.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That's incredible. Like the support of family and friends is super important. The support of a whole country, that must be something else.
Yes, it certainly is. We just had a World Championships in Moose Jaw, and to have an arena full of Canadians watching a Canadian game, it's very special, and it gives you goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps right now thinking about it, but it's really incredible.
What's the noise like?
It's loud. You can barely hear yourself speak, but it's great.
Like a happy noise?
Yes.
A happy roar?
Yes.
Well, this is the opposite of a happy roar, but what were the biggest barriers what were the barriers for you when you were right after your injury, kind of getting back into regular life? What kept you from getting back involved in sport and recreation at that time?
I think the biggest barrier for me was awareness. When I was out of my rehab setting, I was in post-secondary school. I was in the region I was in. I had a difficult time reaching out to the organizing committee to get started. So that was my biggest barrier, was just awareness and kind of where can I start and where can I get into a sled.
So are there lots of opportunities for people to give it a try if they've never tried sled hockey before?
Yeah, the opportunities are becoming more prevalent for sure. When we travel as a team for our training camps, so we do all in the different locations, we always like to do a community outreach, whether it's skating with the local Sledge program, going to schools and talking to kids about it, or a tried event where sometimes places we go to train, they have a large amount of sleds and people could just come in and try them.
What do the kids think of it when you go into schools?
The kids love it. The kids love seeing us. They love seeing the sport. They love seeing people who represent Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, everybody loves that.
Mm-hmm.
So you brought some stuff in to show us. Can you
Yes.
tell us about it? What did you bring in?
All right, we'll start with the sled. This is basically my skates. I sit in that. That's basically my skate boot. It helps me get around on the ice. I have my sticks, which I use two. In sledge hockey, you use two sticks. Your blade on one end to shoot, and on the other end are metal picks to help you dig into the ice and move around. I brought two jerseys, one from the Paralympics and one from just my Hockey Canada jersey that I wear in our games, and my silver medal from the Beijing Paralympics.
I don't know if you can pick, but which is most special to you?
Wow, it's hard to say because I couldn't have got to one without the other, but it's definitely the silver medal for sure. Mm-hmm. Being able to compete at a large event like that after what happened to me, I never thought Paralympics or the ability to represent my country was possible.
So what has the game given you?
It's given me a lot, for sure. It's given me a sense of normality. It's given me a sense of community. I've built bonds with people along the way that I'm going to have those for the rest of my life. I've got incredible memories. I've been able to travel the world doing something that I love, so it's given me a lot.
What advice would you give to that 18-year-old now, looking back?
Yeah, looking back, I would say try it all. You're basically entering a new world after a spinal cord injury, learning different sports and different ways to do things, so certainly try everything. Who knows, you might represent your country on the world stage.
What gave you the confidence?
It's honestly just something I just felt right doing. It felt right doing it, but also just having the support of my family behind me the whole way. They're very proud of what I do, and I'm very proud in representing my country, but also representing my family as well.
That's awesome. So where can people go to learn more about sledge hockey?
Reach out to your local organizing committee for sure. You can reach out to Hockey Canada, or if you're in the area, Elmvale Bears.
Awesome. Thanks, Rod. It was great to have you today.
Thank you, Tori. I really appreciate it.